So, I'm cleaning my mess of a room, right? And then I go along my bookshelf and I'm organizing my books, and I see this one book, Bigfoot, the true story of apes in America. And I'm like, wow, I believed in Bigfoot. What was wrong with me as a kid? I should make a video about this. Wow. You know, when I started making this video, I didn't think it would be too hard. You know, I'd go back, I'd read the book, I'd watch the stuff I did when I was a kid, and I'd make fun of them. But as soon as I opened the book to a random page and I saw the section titled Bigfoot is Gay, I knew I was in a bit over my head. Let me start from the beginning. Animal Planet. I loved going on the Animal Planet website as a kid and watching educational videos about, how giraffes live and how lions hunt, how fish survive, and learning about the Komodo dragon and about 4 grown adults running around in the forest screaming like insane people hunting for a creature that doesn't exist. Wait, what? No, that can't be right. Oh, no, here it is. Finding Bigfoot, a show that lasted 12 seasons from 2011 to 2018 about 4 members of the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization embarking on a mission to find their creature. Sometimes you just give up on humanity, Anyways, their Wikipedia page is kind of hilarious, so here are some highlights. So here, they admit that they've never actually captured evidence. Here, they defend their show by saying, well, hey, at least it's more believable than mermaids. And the name of the opening theme. This part here could be a tongue twister. Let's see if I can try this tongue twister. For example, the term Bigfoot is rarely used in favor of squatch. Their nighttime investigations are referred to as squatching. The areas they investigate are often described as squatchy, with Washington having been described as the squatchiest state. I wish I was making this up. But enough of the Wikipedia page. Let's just watch some of the actual show. What I'm going to show you is a clip that I actually remember watching when I was a kid.
This is the apple tree. It was loaded with apples 2 years ago. I mean, it was really unbelievable. But one day I come in my driveway here and I happen to look in a circle about 5 foot around. There was not an apple to be found. They ate the apples, they ate the leaves, there was nothing there.
Wait, so let me get this straight. There's an apple tree that's outside, and an animal that lives outside is eating the apples. That's some pretty serious stuff. I mean, I take back everything I've said. This is mysterious. I mean, just look at their faces. You can tell this is the real deal. So the guy is like, okay, this is weird. I'm going to do what any sensible person would do, and I'm going to set up a camera. Yeah, when my carrots go missing, I'm like, oh, it could be rabbits. I'm like, no, it could be a Sasquatch. I need to set up a camera and catch it.
And I left it there for 7 days, 7 nights. I took the camera down, and the first pictures we got were of a lone coyote. He was eating apples here, he was eating apples there. Something scared it. It had its back up, its tail between its legs. The hairs were sticking up on its back. The very following picture we got was of the creature.
Whoa. I'm glad they used the music that they used here to show how scary and bizarre it is. That helps a lot. Very intense.
I took it to several people. We got all kinds of answers. One said it's a dog. One said it's a coon. Another said it's a bear. One said it's a ghost.
Yeah, it's a ghost. Yeah, that is a ghost.
I took it everywhere I could think of, so I started emailing top researchers in the country, and they all said it was a female Sasquatch with a young under it.
Let me just stop for a second. This is my favorite part. It makes me laugh every single time. Just wait.
What's encouraging is the fact that if that is a Sasquatch, she's holding a young one, and in a couple years, you're gonna have a little kid Squatch running around.
Just look at his reactions. Okay, where were we? Right. So then they try to recreate it.
So we had to kind of estimate where to put Bobo. I think we got pretty close. I think that we were probably within about a foot or maybe 2 feet maximum. Here's Bobo squatting down, and even at this medium distance, it does look like the creature is larger.
Oh, come on. First of all, the camera isn't even pointing at the same area. You can tell, The one is clearly showing more leaves than the other. Second of all, he's way further away. They said it themselves. You can't see its feet.
You see, you cannot see the Sasquatch's feet.
So then why are you seeing his feet? Finally, he's just way too far away from the camera. The worst part is that they acknowledge it.
Unless the thing was dramatically closer to the camera.
So anyways, they decide to end this clip with these wise words of wisdom.
And if it's 7 or 7.5 feet, then that still puts it in the range of a female. And who would be carrying baby?
So most of the show is like this. They meet some people, talk about how they saw a Bigfoot, and they try to recreate it and stuff. And it's kind of hilarious, actually.
Well, I was sitting up here on the truck having a smoke, and literally right across the street, there's like a green, red orb just sitting there. It like pulsated red, then turned green, and then all of a sudden, just saw this thing just walking.
Sounds like Bigfoot to me.
But this thing moves in the background, and I think it's upright.
I don't think a person will be able to run that fast, not even Flash Bobo back there.
It was gone. It was gone. It was...
You factor in this is just squatchy terrain. Very well could be a hoax. Probably hoax.
Somebody in a Bigfoot costume.
Looks like probably just a dude in a suit.
We're intrigued by this squatchy area.
Okay. But by far the best part is when they run into the forest and do the actual hunting.
You never know, it might be circling us. What's gonna do is scream. This is a good time for a howl.
I'm gonna try an aggressive call.
Come on, Kentucky Squatch.
Like, honestly, this stuff is priceless. As maybe an 8-year-old, I was super into the show. So one year, I was given this book for Christmas. And I don't believe that I actually read the whole thing, and I'm glad I didn't, because this book goes into some weird places. So this book is one of many books written by this guy, Loren Coleman, who according to his website has been writing about Bigfoot for about 50 years. So this guy takes his stuff very seriously, and his book reflects that. There's not a whole lot of goofy stuff in here, like in Finding Bigfoot. However, there is this one chapter, which had I read as a child would have scarred me for life, and reading it now has still left me scarred. The chapter in question is chapter 13, Sex and the Single Squatch. Now this chapter is not very PG, so I'm not going to read a whole lot, but I'll just do this little segment just to give you an idea of what it's like, and I'm going to be heavily censoring it just to save you your sanity. Usually his after the time that it ceased to exist, he never around me, so there was no need to dwell upon it. It seemed to be about, it looked very human with a, that occasionally from the, his, were not overly, but they hung to about, I'm not quite sure how to wrap this all up, so I'll just read you some wisdom-filled words that end off this book. Seeking Bigfoot is extremely important, and finding them will change us all forever, for we shall never look at humans in the same way again. What Bigfoot is probably does not matter. In the end, how we understand Bigfoot and what it has become to us will determine how much we think of ourselves. We stand at the edge of the forest together. What we discover about each other may just surprise us both. Wow, what a brilliant video. Wait, what was that? It's Bigfoot!